For the last 4 days, I've spent every day training like the internet's favourite bodybuilder, Sam Sulek.
I'd rather go too far than not far enough.
Now, in hindsight, before the comments start, I don't think this is the truest representation of Sam's training style. If I wanted to represent the best of the best when it comes to Sam's workouts, then I'd go through and cherry pick the best and most effective and most well-rounded workouts to target each muscle in the body effectively. What I did instead was go onto YouTube, type in Sam Sulek, followed by whatever training day it was, and I copied the top result. Not the most scientific or effective way to go about things, but it's what I ultimately decided on, and mainly because I forgot to plan this video out and walked into it on the first day and clicked on the first video that came up. The reason I mention this is because you'll see one of these workout days in particular, and it's probably the worst training day I've ever done in my life. I'm going to be honest. That's not Sam's fault, that's my fault. I structured my workouts around a 4-day split, that being chest, back and arms, and a leg day. Sam does shoulders every now and again, but from what I can tell, he only has a dedicated shoulder day once every now and again. So I didn't bother adding one into my workout split this week. Now, why did I even do this? It's not because I think training like this will make me look like Sam Sulek. That's not really my goal. And if it's your goal to look like Sam Sulek, then I hate to break it to you, that's not really going to happen. Your physical appearance at Sam's weight and body fat percentage will look totally different to how Sam looks, or how I would look under those same conditions, or how literally anyone else would look under those specifications. That's because people come in all different shapes and sizes, and everyone's muscles are laid out completely differently. You might be familiar with the terms long and short bicep insertions. I don't believe in that, by the way. I think that's propaganda. People are telling me you got a long bicep insertions when you just need to do more bicep curls. Mainly, people use this term in the context of coping too hard when they should just be doing more curls. But what it basically comes down to is high attachment point of the bicep brachii muscle, meaning the muscle belly extends further down the arm, attaching to the radial tuberosity on the radius bone. This genetic trait creates more pronounced biceps peaks, but can result in more pronounced gap between the muscle and the forearm when the arm is at rest. And basically, all your muscles are like this. The pecs, glutes, quads, hamstrings, all of them have different limiting factors to their growth or aspects that limit their appearance from a bodybuilding perspective. All of that, along with your skeletal structure, gets wrapped up into a big bow that we've labelled as genetics. Some people have good genetics, some people have bad genetics. That's according to the internet anyway. The best genetics for bodybuilding are high proportion of fast-twitch muscle fibers, favourable bone structure like large shoulder to waist ratio, and good muscle insertions to create a full and symmetrical appearance. Specific genes like ACE and ACTN3 are linked to muscle type and power, while a rare mutation in the myostatin gene can dramatically increase muscle mass, although this is extremely uncommon. You may be familiar with Julian Fitzgerald. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he has a myostatin deficiency. The reason I copied Sam Sulek's workouts is because over 2 years ago, I was Sam Sulek's biggest fan. I copied every single workout he was doing, and I wanted to return to that kind of lifting that really helped me make progress consistently in the gym in the first place. Since then, I found better things to work for me and help me progress better, but I thought it would be fun to go back to the basics and copy Sam to see how I used to work out. All these were filmed in my home gym, so I didn't have access to the wide array of machines that Sam has access to, but I switch them up for exercises I can do at my home gym which work to target the same muscle that Sam is working. For example, if he does machine chest supported row, I then do dumbbell chest supported row. I didn't really want to see if this workout split would change my physique in any meaningful way, but I did take this video before doing anything. No pump, no good lighting, and no posing. Pretty much as raw as it gets. Not winning any prizes by you. There's no doubt about that. Now, I don't actually expect my physique to change realistically in just 4 days. This was more to compare the pump that I got from each workout to me without the pump, and compare it all to the pumps I get from my regular days, which are push, pull and legs. They're my typical splits. My regular split before this was push, pull legs, which I would adapt to be push, pull legs, upper, lower if I had to miss a day in the week, or push, pull legs, arms if I wanted to have less arm focused days on my second push and pull, but still wanted the cumulative volume over the week. Anyway, let's stop horsing around and get into these workouts. First up is the chest day, and here's the workout I hit for this day. First up was incline barbell press. After that I moved on to cable crossovers and then into cable flies. After that it was a single set of cable press downs, and I actually don't know if that's what they're called. That's just what the action is. That's the best way I can describe it, so that's what I've decided to call them. And that was actually it for this chest day. There weren't a lot to it. And it was... The main thing I took away from it was the training principles aspect of it, not necessarily the workouts themselves. Although I have implemented the cable press downs into my push day now, because the pump that I got off them was crazy. And I find them a lot easier to do on my cable stack in particular, compared to flies. Just the movement pattern is a lot nicer. And similar with the cable crossovers, the only thing with them is that you've got to keep your mind occupied, and you're spending a lot of mental energy on remembering like which arm went in front of the other one last. So I'm not as big of a fan of that. Maybe if I was doing them earlier and supersetting them with something, but no, that's something I did take away from that is the cable press downs. They're now a staple in my workouts. Originally, my plan for all of these workouts was to include the video that I copied and be like, okay, here's like a link to it if you want to copy it. But I can't find any of them for the life of me. I know I said it was the last 4 days I've been doing this, but the Halloween decorations in the background give it away a bit that this was maybe longer ago than I'd like to admit. This video has been in the pipeline for a while. Here I am finishing off this big meaty chest day with those cable press downs I was on about. Again, I don't know if they are called that. That's just what I'm deciding to call them. Crazy form, considering it's my first time doing this exercise beer. But yeah, I think it's about time we move on and check up the pump that I got from this chest day. Let's have a look. Honestly, nothing to write home about, but I've never had good chest genetics, if you want to call it that. I've always struggled to grow my chest, so I'm not surprised I didn't have a particularly big chest pump. And a little bit of background information. But yeah, I'm not taking any creatine. I'm not taking any supplements or anything. Not that I think supplements would have made a big difference. I think creatine would have, obviously, but... Right. Today is pull day, or back day. Actually, not pull day. Okay, so just finished jiu-jitsu. Now it's back day. So obviously, I'm a bit more fatigued than I'd like to be for this back day. But here's the workout. If you can even see the board. Yeah, class. So I just been studying some Sam Sulek videos, and the Cutzilla back day one that he's recently posted. He starts with wide grip pull downs, then 2 machine chest supported rows, and then a single arm cable pull over to finish. 2 sets of that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Tune in. Let's go on. Let's work hard. One thing I've already noticed about following this workout style is that it's a lot like lower volume than I'm used to. I like to do kind of more high volume stuff. 2, 3. In Sam's video, he does the first set for about 10 reps, like failing on the 10th. So that's gonna have to get a bit heavier. Oh, right. Let's get straight back into it. That wasn't quite failure, but I couldn't have done loads more. Maybe I'll check another 5 on. Sam only does 2 sets of these. I'll call those 2 warm-up sets, and we'll get a bit tasty with this last one. This workout is so low volume that I've got everything set up already. So my single arm pullover is already set up out there. I haven't got a chest supported row machine, obviously, in my home gym. So I'm using bench supported dumbbell row as that substitute. He does 2 sets on machines, so I'm just going to do 4 sets of that. And yeah, I mean, it's all set up already. That's it, like, that's what he does. I don't know if he's training lower volume because he's on a cut. I don't know. Our last rep was a struggle today. Let's get into this last set there. Oh, 1, 2, 3. I feel like I could have done any of that. Tamping myself. I'm gonna go on record and say this is the worst back day I've ever done in my entire life. I'm hating every second of it. Let's go. Oh. 2, 3, come on. 4. Wow. Let's just get this workout over with. 1, 2, and 10. When Sam did it, he only did 5 each arm. So I'll just count that as 2 sets for this arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow. Okay. Let's just get a pump check. As I'm sure you can tell based on the negative self-talk in that video, really didn't enjoy this workout day. This, looking back, it looks fine. I was just ill and I was overtired from jiu-jitsu. Probably not the best time to train, but I'm a firm believer that those who train when they don't feel like it are the ones who are going to make progress over the people who only train when they want to train. But yeah, I got it done. The workout was fine. Moving on to the next one. Leg day. Let's get a good view of the workout first. Very good view. Right. So we actually started the leg day off with dumbbell RDLs, which is a bit of a wild one. I never would have done that. And I can't really remember off the top of my head what Sam Sulek did in place of these that made me want to do them. He might have started them off with like lying down hamstring curls or something like that. That's the only thing I can think of. But like I said, I can't find the original video, so that's just a guess. After that, I can only imagine he did another hamstring exercise. But, you know, I'm limited with equipment there, so I just hit in some barbell RDLs. I did end up doing deficit ones where I was standing on 2 plates, but I can't find that clip, so this is my warm-up set. You have to live with this, sorry. After all that hamstring work, we went into an exercise that I know Sam gets a lot of flack for, especially off like the science-based community or whatever, but I've since added this into my repertoire because it is so nice to feel super isolation work on one quad in particular. I know like you could swap it out and just do like double leg extension and a single leg Bulgarian split squats or whatever, but just try this. This is class. I know I might be cooking myself in the long term by like leaving gains on the table. I like this, and I like training the way I like to train, so that's what I'm going to do. Next up, I think Sam did leg press, but I haven't got a leg press, so I did Zercher barbell squat. You're not going to like this. Yeah, I could have done regular barbell squat or some other variation of squat, but I thought, you know, considering I'm switching it up a bit and doing things I wouldn't normally do, let's do a variation of squat that I wouldn't normally do. And because I do jiu-jitsu, Zercher barbell squat is a good strength and conditioning exercise for jiu-jitsu as well, so might as well check it in. Spoiler alert, this one didn't make it into my repertoire. I hate Zercher barbell squats. Zercher lunges are even worse. So, as you can see, I'm putting my hoodie on to protect my arms today. Like, I would not recommend do Zercher barbell squat. I think it causes too much fatigue from the pain of the bar resting in your arms than it's worth. Just put it on your back is easier. The load is a lot nicer to deal with. Am I in the frame? 5, 6. After that, I'm pretty sure in the video that I watched, Sam did some kind of belt machine squat, which obviously, if I haven't got a leg press, I haven't got a belt machine squat. I suppose I could have jerry-rigged my cable machine through something similar, but instead, let's just make it easier and did some goblet squats. You know, home gym classic. Busted out a couple of these. We tried to go as close to failure as possible, but, you know, you can only go so close to failure with goblet squats before your arms give out and you risk dropping the dumbbell on your toes. So, not a fun time for anyone. Before I get cooked in the comments for my form in this one, I want to defend myself a bit. The reason I'm lying down basically like very horizontal is because by lying down like that, you put your quads in a pre-stretched position so they get more out of the movement. Whereas if I was just sat upright in the machine, oh, I broke the machine there. If I was sat upright in the machine, I'd have to bend my knees in half to get as much range of motion out as I'm getting from lying down like this. We supersetted this last leg extension set with some sissy squats because that is the naughtiest superset you'll ever do in your life. If you haven't done it before, give it a go. You feel like your legs don't belong to you after it. It is the craziest thing that I've ever done in the gym. Used the pump check from that leg day. Honestly, the pump was absolutely crazy. And the only downside to it is that I don't know how to do a leg pump check. This is the best I got. And it just looks like, I don't know, dookie, like it don't look good. So maybe that's something I can work on in the future, is like posing for legs. Not that I'm going to be a bodybuilder or whatever, because I'm super not, but for videos like this it might be worth it. We're now getting ready to move into the last day of this challenge, which is a dedicated arm day, and this is the first dedicated arm day I've had since I swapped to doing push-pull legs. I hadn't had a dedicated arm day in over 2 years, so this day was particularly fun for me. Sam starts his dedicated arm day with a close underhand grip pull down, and this is class. I've done these for a while for biceps. It is a proper bicep cooker. Also, I'm probably more than likely just going to quick fire run through these at the end, just because there's so many different exercises in this arm day. So just try and rattle them off as quick as possible so I can give you my final thoughts on what it's like to train like Sam Sulek. Next up was another bicep exercise, which is incline dumbbell bicep curl. Try to stick with a supinated grip on this one. You can do hammer style as well, but I find the supinated is easier to pin your elbows back, even though I'm looking at my form right now and I am not pinning my elbows back. Next up, I've got these alternating bicep curls, supinated grip. But I've got a sneaking suspicion that these clips are out of order, and I did a tricep exercise before this, because I spy a little bit of a tricep pump in the mirror over there. Okay, never mind. If I watched like 3 seconds forward, then I'd see that I did. I'm supersetting it with a tricep exercise. I probably just started the tricep exercise and forgot to record it. So, these are weird. Underhand grip, handle grip, tricep push downs with a slight rotation. These are crazy, and I didn't like these, so these didn't make it into any future lifts. Really super dislike these. The rotation aspect, I think, completely ruins it for me.
Oh, that's fucking horrible.
Next up, I had to jerry-rig some preacher curls onto my cable machine, and as you can tell by my reaction, I wasn't a big fan of this. I was thinking back to workout, and I was sure I enjoyed these, but obviously, judging by the way I'm talking about them, I clearly didn't. You may be wondering, well, why? Well, past Lucas clears that up for us now.
Well, the bench is digging in my chest. I got more quad activation from supporting myself. And my biceps are fucking screaming.
Honestly, that's fair enough. I can't argue with my past self, but... Next up is overhead cable tricep extension, or like cable skull crushers, or whatever you want to call them. I did really enjoy these. They were a big tricep mover, so I was happy to get a big one in after the lackluster tricep exercise we had earlier.
Feedback's fun of candy.
It looks like I had to open this Pokemon Go notification during the workout. And all for a Pokemon I already had the full evolved version of. Boring.
I've got 1 million of you.
See, what did I say? I was even tamping at the time. If anything, I think playing games during my workout makes me even more faithful to Sam Sulek's training style, because I know for a fact he plays Crash Royale during cardio. Anyway, I'm supposed to be supersetting those overhead tricep extensions with tricep pushdowns, so it's about time I get those in. We did 2 rounds of this superset back to back, and I'm not going to show you the 2, obviously, we'll be here all day. But yeah, it's about time we check out this pump check. Now, like I said, I never train arms specifically or on their own, or I never have a dedicated arm day. But after doing this is when I started adding in the push-pull legs arms into the circuit if I wanted to do an extra day, just because of how much I enjoyed this session. Sometimes I do forget how fun it is to train just for the sake of throwing some weight around. So if I didn't learn anything else from training like Sam Sulek, that in itself is enough for me. But yeah, let's look through a bit of a conclusion. But yeah, here's the things that I will take away from training like this, and the things that I'll kind of leave behind and I won't necessarily pick up again. The main things that I took away from training like this for a week is Sam's training philosophy, if you can even call it that, and a couple of specific exercises here or there. Sam Sulek trains every single set till failure, and I used to do that before. But then I started doing rep ranges, and I still try to train till failure or as close to it as possible. So, for example, if I'm doing sets of squat for 4 to 6 reps, I'll try and load the weight so that I will fail on the 6th rep. But that's not always the case. So, in the future, I'm going to try and implement some failure sets in, and along with my dedicated rep work. Secondly, Sam really does 3 sets, and I have a bad habit to fall into the trap of training everything for 3 sets, doing 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, like that with the rep range. So it is good sometimes to do a set and feel it out, and if I'm not feeling it, I can always swap it out for a different exercise. There's no need to do 3 sets or everything. The exercises that I've implemented into my training schedule are the single leg extensions, along with the cable press downs, and the superset of overhead tricep extensions and the tricep push downs. All of those have made it into my roster. If I was to rank this, I'd give training like Sam Sulek a big fat 6 chocolate milks out of 10.
Why is he drinking 2 liters of chocolate milk for breakfast?
I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know who else you think I should train like. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Okay. I'll see you again. Bye.